Folks, welcome to Foguth Financial Group Client Connection. This is your resource for all things Foguth Financial Group, all things in your community, all things market related. Today's episode is an action-packed episode where we have our lead advisor, Kevin Beasley, coming into the office here today to tell you more about what's going on with artificial intelligence, data centers, and really market in general. Kevin will talk to you about the markets, but I'm really going to dive in deep. What's going on in the communities? What's going on with our families that we're serving in each and every one of those communities, and opportunities for you to get involved with all things Foguth Financial Group. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and kick it over to the elite advisor, Kevin Beasley.
Hey everyone, Kevin Beasley here, financial advisor at Foguth Financial Group. Here's our market snapshot for the week. Now, we're not diving into just broad market indexes and what we see as total market outlook. We want to talk about some areas that we have conviction, specifically today, some tech-influenced areas in the market. We are very convicted in AI and data center growth. And what we mean by that is a lot of these companies that make up the NASDAQ or the S&P 500 that are the Magnificent Seven or tech-based companies that are large holdings in these broader market indexes are spending a lot of money investing in AI-driven technologies and the data centers behind those growing AI and supercomputers, if you will. Meta has agreed to spend $6 billion on just their fiber optics. They want to spend a lot of the money inside of the US. And if we look at just a snapshot of where we are in 2026, the standard indexes might be up 2 to 3% so far this year. AI and data centers, some of the ETFs that we're investing in, have already seen double-digit growth inside of the month of January. And so those are the different opportunities that we're looking for outside of the broader market indexes. We want to find some specific areas where there's opportunity for larger growth than what we might see inside of the standard indexes. So what we're very convicted in right now and what the market is telling us is AI is where a lot of these companies have to invest their money or they're going to fall behind. That's why we're seeing it grow significantly faster than the broader markets inside of technology as a whole. Data centers are really cool in why we want to invest inside of them, because it's not just that we're investing in the technology when you invest in data centers. There's a built-in hedge against the downside of these data centers. Not to say they can't lose money, but there's a real estate play, if you will, where there are large amounts of land and buildings being bought and invested in to house these computers. So not only are you investing in the AI capabilities of what these data centers are producing, but it's also the land that is owned by the data centers and the manufacturing that goes into building these data centers. We are very behind in the US of total manufacturing. So they're building lots of these facilities to start to house these computers that help AI produce even faster and faster. And as they get stronger and stronger, these data centers have to be in place. The land ownership and the ownership of the building that helps hedge against the downside of slowing of AI or slowing of some of these computers and the expansion into the market, which again might not happen for a short or a longer period of time because there's a lot of money being invested. But as that starts to slow, then we lean back on the real estate ownership of these data centers that have a built-in hedge against the slowing of those markets.
Kevin, thank you. That was absolutely amazing. If you think about AI in its infancy, we're just on the cusp of this. Every company is going to be forced to keep up with the Joneses, and it's all industries. I mean, we're talking about, restaurants. How are you going to incorporate it? You know, the garbage men, the garbage women, financial services, everybody's going to have to incorporate it because it's speeding up the way we're doing things. So, Kevin, thank you for that great information. Folks, Foguth Financial Group Client Connections, all about you, our clients. So what's going on in the client world? We just got wrapping up one of the most amazing events ever down at Ford Field with our partners, the Detroit Lions. We had my good buddy Lomas Brown in the house, did some giveaways. We had over 300 of our closest friends joining us at Ford Field. And what an opportunity it was to be able to educate that audience with what's going on with the retirement landscape and a lot of things that we see changing out there, to be able to make wise decisions inside of retirement. So thank you for the team. What an amazing opportunity as we wrapped up that NFL season. We got to close it out with one more big event there at Ford Field with our night out at the Lions Den. So thank you everyone for attending that. If you do want to attend those in the future, in the fall, we're going to be back at the Big House with U of M. We may even have some things going on this summer. So just let us know if you want to be a part of those events, as it's an amazing opportunity, not only to learn about what's going on, but to get an opportunity to experience some of these world-class venues we have here in Michigan. University of Michigan Athletics, we had an opportunity to go down to the Chrysler Center, have our all-company beginning of the year kickoff event. There's over 100 of us here now at Foguth Financial Group, and I'm telling you what, great day that we spent down there. Had an amazing conversation with Coach KBA, I call her, or Kim Barnes-Arenko. What a great job that she did with sharing with our team about teamwork, leadership, and really being able to pick up the pieces and build the momentum as a team. So thanks, Kim. What a great opportunity it was to get to know you a little bit better, sit down and ask some of those tough questions that you could share with our entire team. And then, hey, at the end of the day, we got to do a little bit of a team builder right there on the floor of Chrysler Center, hitting some three-pointers, shooting some free throws, making some passes, and just having an overall great experience there at, I'm telling you what, University of Michigan basketball, men's and women's, are on a tear this year. So make sure you tune in and watch them, but look for us maybe down there shooting some buckets next time. What a great time it was as a company. And last but not least, Plymouth. We're at it again. Plymouth Ice Fest is back. Heck, I'm telling you, with the weather out there right now, the ice is probably going to last for months, it feels like. Hopefully it doesn't, but I don't think we have a fear this year of melting ice. But Foguth Financial Group is proud to be doing a live ice sculpture this year. If you're in the Plymouth area, be on the lookout. We're going to do an amazing event down there. Reach out to our team if you want more details and information. But Plymouth, get ready. Foguth Financial Group is coming again this year for you guys. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and kick it back over to Kevin, who's going to start to break down some of the things that are going on and really diving deep into one of these amazing articles that we were sharing with the team just the other day.
So earlier in the market snapshot, I referenced a Reuters article. It came out on January 26th. Something that I found really interesting is because of our conviction in AI, Reuters mentions how there was lots of money spent in 2025 and how that will continue to grow into 2026. A lot of people are scared of a bubble, right? And many of you have lived through the 2008 and some of these crashes that can bring fear. What it talks about is how AI is helping spread the risk of that bubble and bringing that risk down a little bit, because the companies are spending lots of money in AI are Magnificent Seven, are big, strong companies that aren't going to run out of money. If one of these companies spends a large amount of money, the other company will have to follow suit and kind of chase them to keep up, which is helping spread that risk of a bubble, if you will. And so this points to a strong economy, large companies having lots of money to be able to spend in AI, which kind of limits some of our fears of this bubble bursting, right? A bubble is a psychological fear that we have. But when we see companies that are willing to spend the kind of money that they are spending on AI, it can ease those fears a little bit to continue to grow your assets and not be so fearful of a huge downturn because, again, we don't quite see it that way, right? Again, it's more of a psychological fear that we may have or that things that have happened in the past. But we're in a strong economy. These companies are spending money, and we just have to find the right areas to invest in to capitalize on where they're spending their money. If you're interested in reading this article for yourself, we'll link it in the description. We hope you enjoyed this new segment, and we'll see y'all soon.
Wow, Kevin, thank you. Man, what an awesome episode it was today. And look, at the end of the day, this is where we're at today. Kevin and the team over in our investment committee is doing an amazing job staying up on these trends. And again, this stuff can happen and change very, very quickly. So Kevin, thank you for the information that we have going on right now. But be on the lookout for next month as we dive in deeper. And as things are changing, our goal here at Foguth Financial Group is to be in the forefront of those changes. No, we just don't fly by the seat of our pants and make changes left and right. And we're definitely not day traders. Our job is to educate ourselves to make informed decisions and follow where things are going and stay on the forefront of those. So, Kevin, I cannot thank you enough for all that wise information. And with that being said, thank you. Folks, be on the lookout next week as we dive into more topics just like this to give you insight into the market and how things are changing across the financial spectrum. Thanks so much for tuning in. Foguth Financial Group Client Connection. This is for you, our viewing audience, and our families that we're serving proudly in each and every one of the communities. Have a wonderful, blessed day.